Say, man, I'm hearing that these gyms are closing down everywhere, left and right, man. We about to get straight into this video. That's what I'm hearing, though. But first, I need y'all to like it before you light it, hit the sub before you hit the button, join the team before you hit the green, and hype me up.
Hype me up. Hype me up.
Today is a very sad announcement. Intent Gym is officially closing for the final time.
Wow.
Long-time followers will remember all the things we got up to in here over the years, the different revisions of the gym, the different machines, the cool stuff Ryan has done. But the decision has been made to close the gym, and a lorry comes in a few days to start taking things. I remember 6 years ago or so, I got a follow on Instagram from a faceless account called Intent, where the bio was something along the lines of, if you've been followed, you've been invited. And the first time I rocked up here, there was like maybe 6 different machines, some adjustable dumbbells and a squat rack, and that was about it. The walls were white, there was no graffiti, barely any mirrors. And then I think the summer of that year and maybe the year after, there was maybe between 6 and 12 of us that would be here at like 6, 7 p.m. every night. It was some good times. I would love to know just how many machines have made their way through the doors in the 6 or so years the gym has been open. The various different tours of the gym that I've done, showing off the new stuff as and when it came. I always thank this gym for the fact that I got relatively strong, you know. In this gym, I'm small and weak compared to the majority of people that have ever stepped through the doors. And it forced me to catch up and train harder and, you know, raise the bar. I remember back in 2022, the gym was not a 24-hour gym at the time, but Ryan let me just come in at night to film all of my tutorials for my fitness programs and things like that. I remember little things like somewhere around here there's a dent in the floor because we were plate flip challenging to see what the biggest plate we could flip was. Good luck plate flipping one of these, by the way, as a 20. I remember when I stood here and introduced Ryan behind me as the guy that could lateral raise a 30-kilo dumbbell with minimal effort.
Damn.
I remember when this Smith machine was like there, or the Smith machine was like over there. I'll remember when every single one of us was somehow training legs at the same time and we'd all be sat on a different machine over in this corner. I'll remember when we had all the Nautilus stuff, and Nautilus is relatively lighter compared to a lot of brands, and we'd just see how many plates we could gym pin on things. I remember when there was a load of dumbbells, but there wasn't anywhere to put the dumbbells, so the majority of them were just on the floor. I remember the days before this whole section existed because Ryan had to take a wall down to make it work. It's sad to think that I'll never train in this gym again. You never want to see small businesses shut down, you never want to see less options, even if the majority of the time I do train at a pure gym now to be with friends. Ryan's even letting me have some of the grip strength and forearm stuff toys. But yeah, a few years ago we had a lot of videos that absolutely blew up, and I think Ryan went from like 0 to 50,000 followers on here pretty rapidly. That was before Ryan was an IFBB pro. He's an IFBB pro now. And I think a lot of people will miss this gym. Even if every summer we'd all absolutely melt because the gym's never had air conditioning and this is a very, very warm room. Even if every winter we'd all freeze because the gym's freezing. Over the last few weeks, I've made a point of trying to bring as many of my different friends from Pure Gym here as I could to get them to experience what like a real good gym's like before it goes. When I got here, my code didn't work. Thankfully, Ryan was still here, and he just used his code to let me in. So this is definitely my final walk around, the final version of Intent. Never would have thought there'd be a final. I'd love to go back through the history of my videos and just watch all the old Intent gym tours that I did, all the various different versions through the year. I'll miss this Cybex Smith machine most of all. So I guess this is the final goodbye to Train with Intent. Today is a very...
Hey, that seemed like one of them gyms that'll give you like a college football locker room type of vibe. Like, bro, like if you go on TikTok and look up the type of weight that them boys is moving in college for football, that shit on a whole nother level than in the NFL, bro. It's like in the NFL, they strong, but it's like they ain't got nothing to prove no more. Them college cats, man, you will see somebody in there 165, man, real talk, 175, throwing up 315 for reps. Them boys are strong. You know what I'm saying? I've never personally been in a gym like that, where you hear that metal clanking around. Man, all of the gyms I be going to got the, you know, the plastic weights and stuff like that. You know, you get on there, you lifting 225. I put 245s in a, what's the one that's smaller than a 25 pound? Anyway, I put something else on there because I don't think them plastic weights really are true to what they say they weigh. So just to make sure I'm lifting what I think I'm lifting, I put a little more extra on there. But dog, I'll be mad if my gym was closing down because you don't see too many gyms like this, especially in my area.
Your girl got an email last night while I was taking a nice, relaxing Epsom salt bath that my current gym has closed. Yeah, that yesterday was the last day they were open. No notice, no warning, just an email saying, hi, tomorrow we will be permanently closed. Corey and I have like 10 to 15 days left down here in Florida. What do you mean my gym is closed? So we've got to find a new gym. So I looked up gyms near me. I found one. And we're going to go tour it today and see what we think. So let's go. Fingers crossed.
It looks nice. Nicer than anything I've been in. Boy, New Orleans is the ghetto. Wow, I swear to God.
OMG. How did I not discover this gym sooner? Y'all, it has everything I freaking need and have needed. And I wish I'd been coming here sooner. Because what do you mean I could have been training for High Rocks here? It has everything. Everything. I'm speechless. I'm so pumped. That was truly one of those moments where it's like last night I was so stressed out. Like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? My life revolves around the gym because I'm an online fitness coach and I'm training for High Rocks. And that's one of those things you just pray for patience and like, oh, peace of mind. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't a big deal because I found this gym and it's even better. That's why you're patient and that's why you pray about it and everything works out. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna be raw with you today. I'm struggling. It's the end of the month and the bills are due next week. At the new gym, it's not growing at a pace that I want it to. I'm a local woman, I'm a small business owner, and I am tired. Everyone in the city wants to preach about supporting local, but in the same breath, they complain about pricing of local small businesses. I need you to hear this. I am not a corporation. I don't have the financial backing of a hedge fund that is banking on you to want cheaper, faster, or more convenient, because it seems to be what the Americans want. The difference in pricing between my local gym and a corporate gym down the street is like $5 to $10 a month. $5 to $10. That's it. And for some people, that $5 to $10 is the deciding factor. And then one day you're going to scroll past a headline that says that Jacksonville is losing another small business and you'll wonder, what's happening with our city? Well, I'll tell you what's happening. They're closing because $5 to $10 a month felt like too much. Because running a business is expensive. It costs money, commercial rent, business insurance for a Florida space, Florida utilities in the summer heat. That kind of overhead doesn't show up on anyone's Instagram feed. It just shows up on my bank statements. I have people in my DMs right now sending me reels and being like, oh my God, make this next. And those people haven't even commented or interacted with any of the stuff that I've already posted. It takes a fraction of a second to do that, to share someone's name, to share someone's business. Why is that so hard for the people in your life? Most of my friends haven't even stopped in to say hi, haven't shared my content, haven't stopped by to take a picture, tag, anything. But some of those people drove past my gym down to the corporate gym down the street because a famous bodybuilder came in town for a few hours and they posted, tagged, and showed up. I don't say this to shame anyone. I say it because I need you to understand what it feels like to be on this side of it. If you love small businesses, if you actually believe in supporting local, I'm asking that you match that energy with action. Like the post, share the reel, tell a friend, stop by and say hi. Not for me, but all of us who are trying to build something in this city. Be better, Jacksonville. We all deserve it.
Hey, bro, I thought I was tripping for a while, but her tone was just rubbing me the wrong way. And a lot of people in the comments are saying some crazy shit to her, too. They like, yo, this lady is a Trump supporter. I don't know if she's a Trump supporter or not, but I'm just saying, who the fuck cares if she's a Trump supporter? Like, what the actual fuck? Stop being immature. Everyone is entitled to their political beliefs, and you shouldn't be a Nazi and try to oust someone because they are. Grow up. She's entitled to her beliefs and the consequences that come with it. Hope that helps. Boy, that's cold-blooded, boy. Girl, people can't afford gas, groceries, healthcare, or housing. Healthcare is a scam. I also see people spending money on very unnecessary things while saying those same statements in the same breath. We are all broke. I'm broke, but I am very aware of how and where I spend. Look, Trump has your back. Just give him time. Gotta trust the process. Trump for life. Oh, people be trolling. I'm so confused how supporting local businesses became political. I'm just trying to be healthy and love my country. Boy, that's cold-blooded, boy. God damn it. But nah, bro, the economy is not in a great place right now. It is what it is, man.
This is literally just my luck. Just as I'm getting back into going to the gym because for some reason, I just got really busy with work and stuff and hadn't continued my routine. just so I'm getting back into that. My gym's closing. Yeah, next week. Or this week? Hold on, it's in like 5 days. That's all I know. It's either this week or next week. And I'm like, that's so crazy because I'm not gonna lie, I've complained about this gym a little bit because honestly, there are a lot of facilities that they don't have working. And ever since like COVID, but like, I don't want them to close. Like, dang, what am I supposed to do now? Like, the closest gyms to me, I used to go to one that's like a 15-minute drive away. It's just, I know it's not a bad drive, but it's just like, this one was 5 minutes away. Like, you know? So, just my luck, but I'll figure it out.
A gym closing is wild, bro, because like gyms are one of them businesses. It's a subscription-based business, and most of the time, people don't even use it. So it's like you starting a month out in the green, and you don't have to provide a lot of your customers anything. They're literally just paying to not go, to not utilize your gym. I remember an owner told me that one time. I was like, damn, that's kind of fire. I might have to open up a gym one day.
My gym didn't close because of any mistakes that I made. Let's clear it up. I posted one of those sad transition trend videos.
It's fun to stay at the
And a lot of assumptions were made in the comments as to why I closed my gyms. I didn't close my gym because my gym wasn't profitable. I didn't close my gym because my gym wasn't successful. I closed my gym because of my landlord and the amount of money that I had put into the gym, and the landlord wasn't willing to fix anything. I had a leaky roof that was actually causing damage to the equipment that I had paid for. I went one winter without heat. I'm talking about no heat in Cleveland in the winter.
Nah, you can't
for
do
like
that.
5 months. I went one summer without air when it's hot and muggy in there in a gym. And in the state of Ohio, if you're a commercial renter, well, let me say this. In the state of Ohio, if you're a residential renter and your landlord isn't fixing things, you can go to the city court. You'll put your rent in escrow, and then you submit what the issues are, and then the landlord has to fix those issues and prove that they were fixed before the court will release the rent to them. In the state of Ohio, if you're a commercial renter, those rights do not apply to you. It's kind of as is. So for the first year of my gym, there were no issues. And then year 2, once all the issues started, and I was trying to hold the landlord accountable, I stayed there another 2.5 years fighting with the landlord. And he eventually got to the point where the landlord was telling me, just move. And I'm like, do you know how much money I invested into rehabbing this place, into making it a gym? So I worked it as long as I could, where it got to the point where it became an issue for me, and I just decided to close my gym and move into another space. My gym didn't close because...
Hey, man, it be money a lot of times, dog. Who gonna keep pouring money into something that ain't bearing no fruit, dog? You got a landlord who acting like a slumlord. You don't realize how much bread I done put into this location, and you don't want to meet me halfway? I'm gonna show you. I'll burn this bitch to the ground. I'm playing, but obviously, dog, the dude decided to cut his losses and just call it a day, man. He took his ball and went home, bro. Real talk, not finna keep getting bled dry.
In the past few weeks, 2 all-star gyms in my area have closed. With no warning, no heads up, no, hey, there might be some issues. Closed. Kids went into practice, left practice, get told there's no more season. And it sucks. I'm not affiliated with either of those gyms, but as a coach myself, and as somebody that has cheered for 12 years, and as somebody that's coached for 7, 8 years now, a chunk.
So the all-women's gym, Blush Fitness in Kansas City, is closed effective immediately. And like, I love this gym. It was just a relaxed environment, like a lot of like new moms, or just moms who needed like a babysitter, could have a babysitter while they worked out. Like, I will never forget when I was like going into the gym, this lady was leaving with literally like 2 twin babies. And I'm like, how hard is that to still want to work out while you have like 2 babies? Like, I could not imagine. But I just feel so bad. Like I said, this was an all-women's gym. Like, if you want that kind of environment, it was perfect. It wasn't the fanciest gym, no. But they had everything you needed. So I'm just so sad by this news. And I hope that, like I said, Blush Fitness, they have like boot camp locations. But this was the only actual gym location. So I just feel so bad. Like, I really do.
Yeah, dog. I heard a lot of them all female gyms are closing down, man. Somebody in the comment section of one of the videos was like, yeah, that's not a good investment. And they was like, man, they say they don't want the attention, but they love the attention that they get from men. So a lot of them go back to the regular gym. Boy, that's messed up. I don't know if that's the reason why these gyms are closing, but boy, that was a funny comment, bro. It is what it is, man.
2 years from next week, I joined F45 in my local area, and I did not realize how much it would change my life. I dropped 50 pounds, I met incredible people, and I found out how strong I really was. Not to mention, I did my very first high rocks, and next week I'm doing my second. This gym means so much to me and so much to so many other people, and after today, a lot of us are going our own way. Thankfully, I will be joining another F45 just farther from my location. And some of us are leaving. I don't think it's talked a lot enough about how these people, you might not hang out outside of the gym, but when you're together, you know everything about each other. I've just been seeing some of these people for 2 years, and after today, I'm never going to see them again. So that really sucks, but I'm really excited to go out with a bang. There's about 40 plus of us that are going to be in here. We're all wearing black, and I'm going to have fun for one more time. So thanks for everybody for following my journey. The videos might look a little different, but it is what it is.
Hey, man, that's one of the things people don't talk about. You go to the same gym for years, bro, all the familiar faces in there, and you going to be like, damn, I ain't going to see nobody no more, man, because everybody going to go branch off and go to their own gyms and shit. Boy, that's wild.
Yeah, so tell me why I put my gym in my GPS, about to go to the gym or whatever, and it said permanently closed. And I'm like, no, must be an error on Google, because I just joined this gym and I was just here, and it's 24 hours. Y'all, look at this. Not only is it permanently closed, child, they got the furniture outside. What happened? I didn't get an email or anything. They got the bands outside, like... What happened to the gym? It says it's permanently closed. Ciao. All right, well, you really just can't make stuff like this up. You just can't make this up. And this man about to take the furniture outside. Oh my goodness, let me get out of here. Let me get up out of here. Yeah, so tell me.
Hey, dog, that's cold-blooded because they let us sign up knowing damn well they was about to close this gym. You don't just close no gym out the blue. You been knowing that there was trouble in paradise, man. The symptoms been there. Oh, I'd have been hot about that.
Okay, while I'm in the office doing some closing stuff, I thought I would give my followers a brief overview of how I ended up here and why my business is closing. I've had a few people comment and ask. I opened this gym 5 years ago. I started as a personal trainer at another gym, mainly only training women, doing classes. We kind of outgrew the space. The environment just wasn't right, and I moved out on my own. The purpose of opening a women's only gym was simply because there are so many women who just are not comfortable in a co-ed environment. Myself, I'm a survivor of domestic violence and sexual assault, and I understand that vulnerability and that feeling, and there were women that were not going to succeed in that environment. So that was the goal with opening as a women's only gym. I understand that cuts my clientele in half. I get it. I'm not upset about that. What was more important to me was offering a safe place for women to better themselves. So, opened up, we did phenomenal year one. Like, my accountant, I can't even describe to you. She said, keep doing what you're doing. I've never seen a business make this much first year profit. It was great. And then a year and a half in, COVID shutdown happened. And we were shut down for an entire quarter because I live in Illinois. I ended up having to take out quite a bit of COVID relief money. And unfortunately for me, not everything was forgiven. Only a third of what I was able to take out was forgiven. So fast forward maybe 2.5 years, we're rebuilding, we're working, we get our membership back up to what it was almost, not quite, but almost what it was before COVID, and then inflation skyrockets, and our goods, utilities, everything tripled in price, like astronomical. And so we started to have to make cuts. People started canceling their memberships because they couldn't afford gas or groceries, let alone the gym, and women are typically the first to cut costs when times get hard. So then about 6 months after inflation skyrocketed, we had the Walmart of gyms come into our small rural town. They only charge $10 a month. I'm not going to say who it is. And we just can't compete with that price point. I wouldn't even make rent if that was what I charged. So we completely got undercut by a corporation. We got smashed by inflation after just recovering from COVID, and it's just not, it's not profitable anymore. I would have to go into so much more debt, more than I already have, to save it, and I just can't do that. So that's how we ended up here. The gym is going to be closing June 30th. I'm in process of selling all of the equipment. I'm going to take some of it home with me so I have a sick home gym, because I deserve to have something after 5 years of putting in all this work. But yeah, that's how we got here. I've already cried enough, so that's why I'm not getting emotional or anything. But that is the story of why my gym's closing. So
Yeah, dog, that's crazy. So COVID, inflation, I'm assuming Planet Fitness or LA Fitness. Nah, I gotta be Planet Fitness, because Planet Fitness is cheap. And I would definitely consider that the Walmart of gyms. Boy, that's cold-blooded, dog. Damn. Yeah, man, shit ain't sweet. Hey, when you going into business, dog, just know you running a risk. You running a risk, dog. Ain't nothing guaranteed, written in stone when you starting your own business, man. You could be doing real good, and then your competition, it'll be like the movie Barbershop. Yeah, man. Calvin had his little shop, and then them big dogs moved across the street, and all of a sudden, the loyal clientele went there. You know, that kind of situation, bro. But look, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm going to get at y'all on the next one.